Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the hangar. Tonight we're here for some roller derby. If you came for anything else, stick around. It's a lot of fun. And there's a raffle. Raffle vixens are on the floor right now. Those tickets are $1 each or 10 for 5. And on the list in the basket this evening, just for $1, you could win dinner for 4 at Porque No. $75 gift certificate to Northlight Restaurant, 2 Pabst Blue Ribbon t-shirts, 2 Kind bars, and 2 koozies. I'm assuming those are either Rose City Rollers or Pabst Blue Ribbon koozies, but here it just says koozies, so you decide. Those are $1 each or 10 for 5. Vixens are on the floor now. Pick them up. Get them early, get them often. Raffle will be at halftime.
my hair to be all fluffy and bouncy like that.
I know, so do I.
Yeah, all
Never gonna
feathered,
happen.
perfectly feathered. I know, there's probably chemicals in the early 80s.
When the sun goes down and the evening rolls around, that's the time I find got blue ribbon on my mind. I got that blue ribbon on my mind. More and more lately I find I've got a taste for living. I'm thinking cold blue ribbon. I've got that blue ribbon on my mind.
Good Pabst. America's premium beer since 1844. Pabst. A lot to look forward to.
Color your lifestyle with the 40 mile per gallon 2013 Fiat 500. Available only at Tonkin Fiat.
The basics of flat track roller derby. Brought to you by Antic Skate Boots and the Women's Flat Track Derby Association. The game of roller derby is played on roller skates. The players wear helmets, elbow pads, wrist guards, and knee pads. The track is flat, not banked. Each 30-minute half is broken down into shifts called jams. The group of 8 players at the front is called the pack. The pack is made of players who play the position of blocker. Behind the pack is the 2 jammers. The jammers are the most important players on the track and are marked by a large star on their helmet. When the whistle blows, the jammers try to skate their way through the pack and out the other side. But they will be met with the hips, booty, and shoulders of the opposing team's blockers. When 2 bodies make contact on the track, this is called a block. Once the jammers have skated their way through the pack the first time, they're ready to begin scoring. They earn a point every time they legally pass a member of the opposing team. The team with the most points at the end of the game wins. The jammers will fail to earn points if they pass the opposing blockers illegally. Any player who performs an illegal action will earn a penalty. So what's illegal? Elbows, tripping, back blocking, and passing out of bounds. Any player who receives a major penalty has earned a trip to the penalty box. The jam ends when the lead jammer places her hands on her hips, or when 2 minutes has elapsed. 30 seconds later, a new jam begins, and the whole thing starts again. Any player who receives a major penalty
will be taking on your high rollers. This spectacle of roller derby action will get underway in just a few short moments. But first, would you please rise for the singing of our national anthem being sung to you today by Penn Brimberry.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Once again, that was Penn Brimberry. Joining me on the microphone today, the always lovely Magic Pony Power Hour.
Hey, thanks, King. Nice to be here.
Now, fans, also please help me give a big round of applause to today's skating and non-skating officials led by Kieran Duncan and Betty Bruce. All right, now that we have all the formalities out of the way, let's bring out our two teams that are playing Derby tonight. Magic Pony, who do you got?
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce for you the High Rollers. Skating tonight, number 101, Rita Manuel. Number 113, Gypsy Curse. Number 1701, Shaolin Spocker. Number 18, Alicia Nesbitt Smith. Number 1885, Iron Meg. Number 24, Nani Richardson. Number 28, Minstrel Psycho. Number 299, Bad Wolf. Number 4, Rogue One. Number 48, Feliz Brutality. Number 49, Steve Holt. Number 5150, Hari Kari. Number 8, Braun Swanson. Number K2, Avalanche. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your High Rollers. High Rollers are coached tonight by Napalm Beth and Intensive Scare.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your hands together for the ladies that are cold as ice, your Heartless Heather! 1211 Knot Box. 1313 Taddy Munster. 143 Effie Stoneham. 17H The Blast Unicorn. Number 2 French Tickler. 243 Scratcher in the Eye. 25 Irie Bell. 26 Nacho Lucky Day. 3 The Knife. 415 Hannah Jennings. 71 Headache. Number 9 Mad Eye Marley. E3, Jess in the box. And H155, Bella Constrictor. Ladies and gentlemen, your Heartless Heathers! All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to throw it down to Magic Pony on the floor. He's got a whistle and he wants someone to blow it.
All right, who's got a Pabst Blue Ribbon and who wants to blow the start whistle for the game? Let me see your Pabst Blue Ribbon. Oh, no, I'm going to pick you. You look happy. Come along now. This young lady who I've never met before gets to blow the start whistle for this game just because she was drinking a Pabst Blue Ribbon. You know how that whistle works, honey? This lady over here in the black dress is going to scream out the number 5, and then she's going to point at you, and you're going to blow that whistle, and that'll start this game. Nice job.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you can see the ladies with the stars on their helmets, they are the jammers. And they're the ones in charge of scoring points. There's a penalty on the track, and the High Rollers jammer will be sent to the penalty box. That will leave the Heartless Heathers with the only jammer on the track. Headache is your first jammer out, and her team starts to play the offense, trying to get their jammer through. As you might know, in the game of roller derby, the jammer is in charge of scoring the points.
So, King, have we talked about the players with the stars on their helmets?
Yes, the jammers. Can you believe it? They're out there on the track already. And just like that, a grand slam, 5 points being picked up by Headache.
Coming around the outside, that's Feliz Brutality. She is not lead jammer.
Well, she came into Shaolin Spocker like a freight train and picked up her points.
So we kind of talked about those jammers.
Right.
And the lead jammer is the one who can call off the jam at any time.
Yes, it is.
That's the person to watch. And the fight at the beginning of each jam is to get that coveted lead jammer.
All right, I see Blast Unicorn on the line out there. She will be going up against Avalanche in this jammer war.
And Avalanche breaking up to the outside. Finding a blue wall of Heathers there to slow her down. Taddy Munster dropping right in front of her.
Excellent work by the Heathers right now, recycling and keeping Avalanche in the pack.
And in the back, we've got the Blast Unicorn still trying to break out. Both of these players are on their attack run. There is no lead jammer yet in this game, and nobody is scoring any points.
Blast Unicorn up front against that green wall, still trying to fight her way through. She did get lead jammer status. Now, when the ref points at her with one hand in the air, that means you are the lead jammer.
So Blast Unicorn finally works her way around, and now she is on her attack run. She gets 1 point for every person she passes on the opposing team.
And because she is the lead jammer, she is in control of the jam and can call it off at any time.
And that's 5 points for the Blast Unicorn, 1 for the jammer that she passed, and 1 for each player from the other team. Avalanche, on the other hand, is still in the pack, has not made her initial pass through the pack, and is still...
Oh, and a cut being called on the track. Now, a cut is when you step out of bounds and come back in bounds in front of the opposing player that knocked you out. Right now, Blast Unicorn got sent to the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box for just that offense.
So that leaves Avalanche on the track by herself in what we call a power jam.
Avalanche finally makes her way through the pack and is on her initial pass.
Braun Swanson on the attack, and Avalanche hits the line, working on breaking through.
Nice strong wall being set up in the front. Avalanche finally gets her way through and picks up 5 points on that pass.
So, King, There's 8 other players on the track. What do they do?
Those are the blockers. They make up
Blockers?
the pack. And you're going to see Scratcher in the eye out there. And she will be going up against Harikari.
So as you may have guessed, a blocker's job is to get her own jammer through the pack and to slow down the assault of the other jammer.
And Scratcher in the eye. She's out to be your lead jammer. Harikari, though, in hot pursuit. Now, a blocker's job is just that. They try to stop the opposing jammer and get their jammer through because we play offense and defense at the same time.
I gotta say, some really fancy skating on the part of Scratcher in the eye back there.
Absolutely.
All right, one more thing. Let's talk about penalties.
Well, so far we've seen a couple penalties already. There was a track cut, and that means that someone went out of bounds and came back in offense.
And there are penalties of the forbidden touch.
That's when you hit somebody in the wrong way.
You can't use your elbows, or you can't trip people. You can't hit people from behind if it affects the game.
Police Brutality is your first jammer out, and she's your lead jammer.
And Headache blasting her way through the line with one more to get by.
Nice play by Minstrel Psycho, trying to slow her down.
Feliz Brutality plows through there, calling it off.
Nacho Lucky Day was not done playing.
I guess not. On the line for your high rollers, it's K2 Avalanche.
And once again, her opposition, she's going to be going up against a Blast Unicorn. And look at that. They're all lining up on the penalty or on the pivot line.
That's old school.
There is going to be a one-player advantage for the high rollers as Nacho Lucky Day is in the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box.
Avalanche driving hard on the inside, takes lead jammer.
Nice defense being played by the Wallen Green, recycling and resetting each time someone gets out of play.
Avalanche slams that line, drives forward, and picked up a back block on her way through. She'll be spending a few seconds in the penalty box.
Well, there was dueling back blocks right there as Blast Unicorn also picked up a back block.
So we see the quick switch on the seats, and that's because Derby with no jammers is just no fun.
Both jammers engage that pack, and a jump right over that line. That was a Blast Unicorn taking off there to pick up those points.
That was amazing. Tatty Munster, huge swing at Avalanche up front, and another.
And the Heartless Heathers right now just tearing into Avalanche, who's still fighting her way through.
Avalanche taking a beating, but making it through that line.
Right. Blast Unicorn getting taken out by Ski Holt on that inside line. Still trying to fight her way through.
Heartless Heather setting up shop up front, and once again dishing it out for Avalanche.
Excellent footwork by Avalanche, and she picks up 4 points on that pass. Knife getting picking up a penalty for a high block.
Avalanche once again still trying to work her way through the line. Nacho dishing it out up front. Bella Constrictor waiting for her chance to take a few swings at it.
Nesbitt Smith taking out Blast Unicorn, or taking her way back to start the scoring again. That was an excellent scoring run by the high rollers there. Looks like they're going to talk about the points on the track, but right now, before they get it all settled, the score, Heartless Heathers 23, High Rollers 16. Bridgetown Chiropractic, the hardest hits of the night are brought to you by Bridgetown Chiropractic.
It's a number roster discrepancy as it's been described to me by Doc Holliday.
While we're during this official timeout, Big Brothers and Big Sisters Sports Buddies, the Rose City Rollers are proud to be Sports Buddies partners, encouraging young people to get out and get active.
So it looks like that's what it is. There might be an unrostered skater. There's a roster discrepancy. That's what they're calling it.
Well, in that last jam, it looks like Avalanche picked up 3 points, and she at this time is leading all scorers. All right, while we're waiting for the officials to sort everything out, I need to get a quick pulse on my audience here. Where are my Heartless Heather fans? You can always count on Team Nacho down here. What about my High Roller fans? All right, that sounds just about even out there. Well, so far we got a pretty good game, as we still got a game of that's only separated by 7 points on the track.
You know what we're missing? I think the discrepancy might be that the King isn't here, King.
Yeah, I know. Where is that guy?
I don't know. You can never count on him to show up when you need him.
Well, the King just wanted to make sure Magic Pony wasn't solo.
Is he rostered?
Okay. All right, so the discrepancy on the track was a rostering error. They wanted to make sure they have all the right players out there and numbered. So now that they've got it all sorted out, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to some derby. Harikari and Scratcher in the eye. They're your jammers out there on the track. Scratcher in the eye, runs up that inside line. She's your lead jammer. Harikar breaches the pack, but she's got a lot of lap work to do to get caught back up in here.
Braun Swanson swing and a miss. Scratcher in the eye breaks through and grabs her points.
That was a smooth move on the end of that jam. Bike Punk, locally printed, eco-friendly stickers, signs, and designs. Visit bikepunk.com.
On the line for your high rollers, it's Feliz Brutality.
And she will be going up against Jess in the box. First time she's put the star on tonight.
Feliz Brutality up front, drop to the out, jumps right back in. Still has Taddy Munster, and
that was a photo finish, but Jess in the box is your lead jammer.
Care of Feliz Brutality on her run.
Feliz Brutality around the outside. Jess in the box got caught in turn number 3.
Nesbitt Smith with an amazing hit slows down Feliz Brutality in the turn.
Taddy Munster gets a hold of Feliz Brutality, and she takes her back.
And Jess in the box being taken back right now.
Well, neither one of these jammers right now having an easy time getting out of the box. Well, as I say that, Police Brutality gets out, picks up 4. Well, right now we got a score of 31-20 on 4 points being traded up in that last pass.
On the line for your Heartless Heathers, Headache.
She'll be going up against Avalanche with a gold star on her helmet. They all line up on that Tonkin line, and the jam is on.
Headache driving the entire High Rollers line forward.
Headache's a real formidable player. She's got a lot of strength and endurance when she gets on that track.
Iron Meg dropped her, but she's right back up in it. Lead jammer, Headache.
Avalanche really getting worked over. French Tickler now up against her, not letting her go anywhere.
Forearm called on Headache, and she'll be spending 30 seconds in the box.
Avalanche finally managed to eke her way around Fringe Tickler.
Heartless Heathers down to 2 left on the track.
This is the kind of opportunity the High Rollers need right now to get back in this game. Out of play call. They've got to let her go. Oh. Iron Meg just got called for out of play, and she'll be spending some time in the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box.
Avalanche on her attack, round the outside, sneaks it through.
That was a great move on that outside to get around those players in blue.
Braun Swanson dishing it out to Headache up front.
Oh, and Rita Manuel jumps in there. That was great work by the High Rollers.
Nani Richardson and Rita Manuel up front trying to slow her down. She will not go out.
Woo! That
Headache.
was one heck of a battle, Magic Pony.
Every jam is a slugfest.
Oh, Braun Swanson got caught looking the wrong way, and a grand slam gets picked up by Headache.
Avalanche powers her way through on the inside line after the long drag back and takes her points. Iron Meg and Braun Swanson up front.
And they were waiting for her when she got there. On that inside line, Avalanche ekes her way through for another 4-point pass, getting the High Rollers within 4 points.
New Belgian Brewing Company, Fat Tire Ale, and IPA Ranger. Grab one at concessions right now.
All 5 players from each team on the track. Nice tight wall on that Tonkin jammer line.
Harikari with the quick drag back by Taddy Munster and the knife.
Irie Bell up front, and she's your lead jammer. That pack, everybody right now is battling for position. And the fist pump their fists in the air. No points scored on that pass.
Your turn.
Portland Mercury, food arts and entertainment news that you need. That's the Portland Mercury.
On the line for the High Rollers, once again, Police Brutality. And for your Heartless Heathers, Scratcher in the eye. Everybody battling it out in the pivots box right now. Felice Brutality trying to find some sunshine, but ahead of her, the entire team of the Heartless Heathers.
That is one heck of a wall. Oh, and there's a pile up in turn number 2. And it looks like a low block being called on Felice Brutality.
And Scratcher in the eye following her to the penalty box. Seems to be some confusion.
Felice Brutality has been released. Nice tight wall in the back of Heathers, waiting for her to get there.
And Felice Brutality powers through the line. Shaolin Spocker with the fake. Jumps up to Anarchy and then drops back to the line.
I really like that fake move right there. They needed that four-wall to stop Scratcher in the eye, so that was a great move by Shaolin Spocker.
Jumped out, ran right over, and covered the inside line again.
Police Brutality picking up a hit from the head. She was trying to use her head to ram her way through. Oh, and it looks like she picked up an additional penalty for something possibly said on the track.
High rollers couldn't quite slow down Scratcher in the eye on that pass, and it is a cut being called on Scratcher in the eye.
Well, neither one of these jammers right now having a very good time staying out of that pass-through ribbon penalty box.
10 seconds left in this jam.
And because a additional penalty was picked up on the track, yeah, she still had to stay in that penalty box. Now, as you can see, Police Brutality is going to be standing in the box at the end of that jam, but because of the extra penalty, that released Scratcher in the eye.
Joe's Burgers, 4 locations, awesome burgers, and the official feeders of our RCR volunteers. We do love those Joe's Burgers.
Right now, as I look at the scoreboard, Avalanche, she's got 31 points in this game so far, leading all scorers for the High Rollers. Headache, another great player for the Heartless Heathers, she's got 20 of her own. And we knew this official review was going to be coming down. We've got a score of 42-38. High Rollers down by 4. OHSU Sports Medicine is proud to be the official medical care team of the Rose City Rollers. Magic Pony, what'd you find out?
The question was why Police Brutality was still in the box and Scratcher was sprung, and it was because of the series of penalties that she had picked up at the end of that jam.
Well, Jess in the box rammed her way right through the middle of that pack, and so she is your lead jammer. Police Brutality has served her time. French Sigler, though, and another penalty. Oh, a penalty being picked up on Fritz Schigler for a forearm.
Both jammers break out, Jess in the box calling it off, and I am getting out of here.
Well, we've got some fantastic sponsors. I'm going to give a big shout out to Portland Vital Signs, City Graphics, Portland Independent Films, and Kay's Lounge. Headache once again on the line for the Heartless Heathers and the High Rollers with Avalanche. These are our 2 high scorers in the game for their teams right now. Headache getting a hit from Minstrel Psycho, but she's got to let her go as she is out of play.
Avalanche finds some sunshine on the inside and breaks out. She's on her scoring pass.
That was a great reverse direction on Iron Meg. She was trying to get back, but could not get there.
And a great big cut being called on, I'm going to call that Headache.
And for Headache, that looks like penalty number 3. Now they took Avalanche out of bounds, and they're taking her way back, almost to where she started from.
Avalanche on the run. Shrugging off a couple of real big hits right away.
Oh, she had some great work offensively to help her out. They've got Blast Unicorn stuck in the back. Minstrel Psycho coming up to help, but they're recycling so well, this Heartless Heathers team.
French Tickler up there running the pack, cycling from the very front to right in front of her again. slows her down, drops her out on the line, and now she's back to the drag.
If you look at the players you have, Jennings, French Tickler, Blast Unicorn, and Nacho Lucky Day, those are some of the strongest defensive players we got up here in this league. So it's no surprise they're giving her such a hard time.
And headache through for all four. Avalanche still having a tough time in the backfield. With the French Tickler, the Blast Unicorn, running basically a clinic on how to cover the back end of the game.
And they have. It looks like she is stuck in the back of that pack. Mighty angry about it, too.
Nacho Lucky Day drops her out while she's on the run.
They were trying to get her out, and Headache snuck on through on that inside line.
That was crazy.
And with a penalty on the track, the Heartless Heather's able to just put some grand slams together and really push up this score.
The way things are going, we're going to run out of people to call penalties on.
Joe's Burgers, 4 locations and awesome burgers, and the official feeder of the Rose City Roller Volunteers. That's Joe's Burgers.
Hey, read some ads, King. We got time.
Magic Pony getting a workout as he runs up and down those stairs to continue to find out what's happening on the track.
Hey, it's just a team timeout, so honestly, that should have been a Louis Armstrong Music Minute.
Yes, it was. Two players right now from the Heartless Heather sitting in the pass ribbon penalty box. Irie Bell out there with a jammer cap on. Harikari getting knocked out of bounds on that inside line. And Harikari is your lead jammer. Irie Bell still stuck in the pack. Skeeve Holt really working her over.
Irie Bell taking a beating up front. Alicia Nesbitt-Smith and Nani Richardson showing her the inside of the track and dragging her back a bit.
Skeeve Holt and Nesbitt-Smith with a 1-2 punch, and it's really taken control of Irie Bell.
And Harikari weaves her way through that pack and grabs her points.
And that is a 4-point pass for Harikari.
Nesbitt-Smith running a clinic back there on Irie Bell.
And she got them all spread out. A lot easier to get through when they're not waiting for you.
Harikari up against it, round the outside, Taddy Munster to get by. Down they both go in the turn.
Taddy Munster took her out, but she also stepped out of bounds, and she's on her way.
Alicia Nesbitt-Smith on her way to the penalty box.
The whistles are blowing. A low block also being called for Nani Richardson on that pass.
Avalanche once again up against Jennings, and Taddy Munster weaves it through.
And we have a cap pass. Knife lunges right through the center of that pack like warm butter.
And Knife on the run trying to grab some points. Doc Holliday disagrees. I got one.
We got a tie game. That was a great run put together with Harikari at the helm.
And we'd like to thank Kind Bars. Snack like there's no tomorrow. That's Kind Snacks.
Those are kind of good bars.
They're awesome. Almost as awesome as Scratcher in the Eye taking lead jammer.
Minstrel Psycho, one player left to beat. She's banging away in the apex, and she's finally out.
Scratcher in the eye. Finds the barn door on the outside. Grabs her points and calls it off.
And she's showing off for her loving fans. Twist Sports Conditioning Center, official training partner of the Wheels of Justice. Visit twistportland.com.
On the line, Jess in the box for your Heartless Heathers. Up against Harikari from your High Rollers. Jess in the box driving forward with only Feliz Brutality to get by. Drop to the out.
Oh, and Harikari gets through. She's your lead jammer.
Feliz Brutality and Rita Manuel running the massive drag back.
Wow, there was some great footwork by Jess in the box to get through that pack.
Harikari right now trying to find some way through the pack. Bella Constrictor showing her there's no door, and she calls it off.
That's a good heads-up play by Harikari. She got her points, squeezed on through, and called it off before the Heartless Heathers could get anything out of that.
Hey, the Magic's in the hole. Proud sponsor of the Rose City Rollers and the Wheels of Justice. That's Voodoo Donuts. This pen's... All right.
Minstrel Psycho with a gold star on her helmet, going up against Headache.
Headache driving forward. Alicia Nesbitt-Smith and Iron Meg with Bad Wolf. Now the entire lineup trying to slow down the assault from Headache. Nothing stops her. One more to get by. Up front, it is Headache.
Nesbitt-Smith, she's got a hold of Headache, and that is a battle right there. Finally, Headache gets through. Minstrel Psycho stuck in the back of the pack once again.
Heartless Heathers just holding down that wall on Minstrel Psycho. Every time she breaks free, the French Tickler's there to slow her down, and we've got a cut called on Headache.
And that will be the third penalty on Headache on the track.
Mad Eye Marley being called off for her initial penalty, but then adding another 30 seconds because she didn't run over there fast enough.
Nesbitt-Smith took a small swipe at that line. Out of play being called. Minstrel Psycho on the deck, still trying to fight her way through.
Up front, it's Minstrel Psycho, the French Tickler, Taddy Munster, and whoops, Jess in the box on her way to the penalty box.
Now Headache right now really getting hammered by the High Rollers. They're recycling. Good heads-up play, though, as they bridge out. Nesbitt-Smith and Headache once again in that battle.
Iron Meg finally drops in to try to break up Taddy Munster and the French Tickler. And Minstrel Psycho finally gets a chance to run.
And she picks up 5 points on that pass. Still a 2-point game. Cars to Go. Meet the future of car sharing. Sign up at carstogo.com.
I don't know when I've ever seen anybody fight as hard as that for their points.
Oh, and there's the whistle. Well, there's 2 players in the penalty box right there for the Heartless Heathers. And I think that's what they want to discuss.
And it looks like we're right back at it.
I think what it is just they're making sure all the penalties have been assessed correctly, and that's what they're doing.
On the line, Scratcher in the eye for your Heartless Heathers. Versus K2 Avalanche.
Avalanche, 35 points in the game for this high roller offense. and she's your lead jammer.
Scratcher in the eye, trying to find some sunshine. Shaolin Spocker showing her to the exit with Feliz Brutality.
Oh, and Avalanche found a wide open lane and kind of looking the wrong way.
Scratcher in the eye picked up a cut and is on her way to the penalty box.
Well, this time the Heathers were waiting for. Avalanche hits it hard. Oh, man. She got knocked to the deck, and it looks like they are calling a penalty.
A forearm on
forearm
Avalanche.
penalty on Avalanche. Salt in the wound after that hit.
No love lost between these two teams this entire first half. Coming up, Rita Manuel joins the team, and Scratcher in the eye takes another swing at breaking through the line.
Shaolin Spocker is the last line of defense, and she's got to let her go.
Both jammers back on the track. Scratcher in the eye up against the green wall on the inside, dropped in.
And that was great by Nadi Richardson. Didn't take her out of bounds, but knew to run back and make her start again. There's a lot of hitting. Feliz Brutality finally got out, and so did Scratcher in the eye, picking up 5 points on that pass.
Feliz Brutality dropped out, takes the long road to the back of the pack, breaks out.
Feliz Brutality looks like she might have took one on the chin, but she picks up 5 points for her effort.
Blast Unicorn trying to signal to cut off the back wall.
Well, that was one heck of a jam, Magic Pony.
Holy mackerel,
Wow.
everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up at halftime, the raffle. Make sure you pick up those raffle tickets now. We've got a ton of great stuff. I'll run through that whole list in just a moment, but those tickets are $1 each, 10 for 5. Get them now.
PDX Pipeline, your online source for Portland music, arts, and entertainment happenings. PDX Pipeline.
On the line, we've got Hari Kari and Jess in the box.
Hari Kari, one player left to beat. That was French Tickler, but she's got reinforcements now.
That front wall of Nacho, French Tickler, and Taddy Munster has been devastating all night long.
It has to every team they've had to see this season.
Skeeve Holt with a huge hit, finished off with a plow from
And
Nesbitt Swift, who's on her way to the penalty box.
Jess in the box is going to the box.
That Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box has been taking its toll all night long.
Hari Kari now up against Nacho, and Nacho takes her out again. They're almost going the wrong way around this track at this point.
No lack of really amazing hits in this game so far this evening, King.
Once this other team gets you locked in their sights and they start drilling you like this, hard to get around them. The recycling is incredible.
Iron Meg and Skeeve Holt cutting off the French Tickler, but not in time to save Hari Kari before she gets dragged back.
I don't think Hari Kari realized which one of them took her out, so she went all the way back to protect her points there.
Jess in the box on the run up against Braun Swanson, and Iron Meg weaves her way through.
Hari Kari up, and Nacho Lucky Day picking up a penalty for reverse direction. Iron Meg. Great hit to Jess in the box.
And Knife on her way to the penalty box. I'm just glad to see this game get out of turn 4.
And it looks like Braun Swanson really just cleared that pack out, but it opened a hole for Jess in the box, who picked up points on that pass. At halftime, 84 Heartless Heathers, 77 High Rollers. Well, don't go anywhere, folks. My cohort Magic Pony is going to go down for some games and a raffle, and we'll be right back after this. And
And coming up, our halftime entertainment tonight, as I've been told, Pabst Blue Ribbon Ring Toss. If you haven't seen it before, it's pretty amazing. My standards are pretty low. All right. It runs like a regular ring toss. Oh, shoot. Hey, Dragon, could you bring me down the list of the stuff that's in the raffle basket? Runs like a regular ring toss where people throw rings at a thing. Tonight the thing is a Pabst Blue Ribbon. Lonely boy.
No. Check. Hey, Pony, just so you're aware, I believe there's an official review going on right now at the end of that first period. So while they work that out, we might be getting some updates mid-contest. Just be aware of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Carry on.
Should I? So I'll just drink this. Well,
We only need 2 contestants.
what? Ah, thank you. Well, coming up, just in case I get interrupted, let's talk about the raffle. While they're setting up for the ring toss. Raffle tickets are $1 each, 10 for 5. In the basket tonight, dinner for 4 at Porcano, $75. I'm guessing that's a gift certificate to Northern Light Restaurant. 2 Pabst Blue Ribbon t-shirts, 2 cases of Kind bars, and 2 koozies. I'm just not sure what kind of koozies they are. I bet it's an RCR koozie or a Pabst Blue Ribbon koozie, or maybe one of each, just in case you really like RCR and Pabst Blue Ribbon the way I do. Ladies, let's do some ring toss. Woo! Do, 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 do. I'm not sure. How far away do we make them stand? Farther back, really? All right. Let's line up. Like right here. Line up right here, on this line right here. I think this sounds reasonable right here. Yeah, that's good, right? Don't go in front of me. Just there you go. Good. You guys ready? You know how this works? Okay, so you're going to throw those rings and try to get them on the bottle. Ready? Yeah, good. Go. Whoever gets it first. All right, so quick, get your rings and do it again. Go quick, grab them up. Yeah, go. Somebody's got to get it, or I don't have anybody to go to the next round. All right, good. Yeah, you're doing great. Oh! Keep going, you two, keep going. Keep trying. Okay, good. Yeah, that's it. And she has got it nailed. Look at her. All right, thank you both so much, but you lose. You stick around. You're going to be in the finals. Bring me 3 more. The next 3.
You know, Magic Pony, we might want to take her to the Rose Festival with us this year. If she can make ring toss like that, it's got to happen.
Oh, yeah, I'm on it. I have no idea what you were just saying. All right. You guys ready? You understand how this works? Yeah, you can stand right there. That's cool. You're shorter, so you should probably take a step forward. All right. On your mark, set, go. Why is she still here? Oh, okay. She's killing it. She was already in the finals. All right. Thanks, fellas. Nice job. Bring me my next 3. Next, bring them on. Bring them on. Rogue, step up, please. All right. Wow, she's way more advanced. She's using her mutant powers. All right, you ready? And go. Apparently, she's not. Oh, nice job. And I don't think I've ever been more excited. All right, cool. This one won. All right, so far out, you're out. All right, great. Next, send me one more. Is this how this works? Can you guys pick those up for me? Grab up your rings. Come along now. They're really just waiting for the raffle, right? You guys are waiting for the amazing raffle, right? Make some noise for the raffle. All right, we got 6 or 7 minutes before the round. So everybody hold your horses. All right, you guys ready? On your marks, get set, go. All right, calm it down. There you go. Focus. You got it. Oh, you can do it. You can do it. Again, over here, this girl's amazing at this. You're out. All right, thank you. Thanks for coming. No, wait. Oh, yeah. Well, wait. Okay. All right, bring me the last two. Do I have 2 more? Bring me the last 2. Oh, the guys for the best seat in the house. Here we go. I'll take anybody. All right, I'll admit it. I got no idea what's going on. Woo! Hey, wow, yeah, go crazy. All right, ring toss. This is the final round. I think we know who won the ring toss already. Let's take this one last shot at it. It's really between her and her. You're just set dressing. Eye candy. All right, here we go. On your marks, get set, go. Oh! Oh no! All right, we're gonna have to have a toss-off between these two for the final, the total final. Thank you so much. You're great. Okay, last, go get your rings. Oh my goodness. I am having a great time. Here we go. So that means this third beer is unclaimed. I'm going to go have a chat with it in the parking lot. All right, on your marks, get set, go. Oh, somebody, you can do it. Come on now. Don't rush yourself. Oh, take a deep breath. You got it. All right, try again. Quick. I'm timing you. You've got 5 minutes to pull it off, or I'll have to talk about the raffle. Oh, our winner at new. Oh no, no, she got 2. You lose. Thanks though. I'm glad you were here. You win the amazing prize basket of some sort of stuff. I'd let you win a beer, but I don't know how old you are. Thanks for coming. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for our ring toss champion. You can always count on a Derby crowd to have a blast. All right, the raffle is coming up in just 3 minutes. You can probably still get a ticket if you run over here.
When the sun goes down and the evening rolls around, that's the time I find got blue ribbon on my mind. I got that blue ribbon on my mind. More and more lately I find I've got a taste for living. I'm digging for blue ribbon. I've got that blue ribbon on my mind.
Naturally good Pabst. America's premium beer since 1844. Pabst. A lot to look forward to.
Color your lifestyle with the 40 mile per gallon 2013 Fiat 500. Available only at Tonkin Fiat. There you go. Yeah, we're gonna put in that.
All right, we're getting ready to come back from halftime. Some of the skaters are already out there. Some of our lead scorers, the high rollers right now. Avalanche has 45 points. Harikari with 20. The Heartless Heathers, they have Headache with 39 points and Scratcher in the Eye with 21. Felice Brutality, she's got 4 penalties right now for the high rollers, and there's multiple players for the Heartless Heathers sitting on 3.
Hey, King.
Hey, Magic Pony, I don't know where you went. Where'd you go?
I'm in your head, King. No one else can hear me. Stop looking at my wife. So I found out what that official review at the end of the last period was, if you'd like to know.
All right, what happened there?
It was the all amazing and exciting points discrepancy called by the high rollers, and the referees talked about it, and they decided that the points would stand. So it turned out to be nothing.
All right, Avalanche, the beginning of this jam gets a low block, and she is headed to the penalty box, and Scratcher in the Eye picking up a penalty for a cut.
I feel like that keeps happening.
Wow, the whistles are going nuts at the beginning of this. Looks like Iron Meg with a low block.
Nacho Lucky Day back on the track. Avalanche attacking the line. The Heathers are there. Nacho Lucky Day drops right in to slow her down.
Scratcher in the Eye runs right through the middle of that defense, and she's out of the pack on her initial pass.
Up front, we've got everybody attacking Avalanche.
Scratcher in the eye, engaged in the back of that wall. Nice offensive work by the Heartless Heathers to open up that line and get Scratcher in the eye through.
Skeeve Holt on her way to the penalty box.
Iron Meg tries to open up a hole for Avalanche to get through, but nice recycling by the Heathers stops her.
Scratcher in the eye, trying to run the inside line, forced to take a step out and dragged to the back of the pack.
Avalanche still stuck in that pack, trying to fight her way through.
And in the back, it's Braun Swanson, Iron Meg, Shaolin Spocker all ganging up on Scratcher in the eye.
Jennings and French Tickler just keep hitting Avalanche. Finally, she gets through, picking up 4 points.
Braun Swanson on her way to the penalty box.
And French Pickler with the cat pass, but she's taken out of bounds by Shaolin Spocker.
That was a very strategic move and pretty good vision on Shaolin Spocker's part, I'll say.
5 points being picked up on that play for the High Rollers.
My turn. Job Corps, helping youth learn a career, earn a high school diploma or GED, and find or keep a job. That's Job Corps.
Headache once again on the line for the Heartless Heathers.
And for the High Rollers, it's Hari Kari shrugging off a big hit from Taddy Munster to take lead jammer.
Hari Kari getting out, making it look easy. Headache finally gets out of that pack, but Hari Kari on her scoring pass picks up 4 easy points. Kind of a late call off as she picks up 3 points.
Hey, we'd like to thank Twist Sport Conditioning Center, official training partner of the Wheels of Justice. Visit twistportland.com. On the line for your High Rollers, once again, Minstrel Psycho.
Three-on-three pack.
And for your Heartless Heathers, that is Jess in the box.
Jess in the box around the outside. She's your lead jammer.
Once again, that Heartless Heathers wall of blue dragging down.
Picking up an elbow and heading to the penalty box.
Still that wall of blue dragging down another High Rollers jammer.
That'll be the third on French Tickler. She is in the penalty.
Multiplayer block being assessed to, looks like, I can't tell from over here.
Jess in the box trying to push this pack out. Minstrel Psycho gets a scoring pass, picks up all 4 points on that very quick pass by Minstrel Psycho. Buffalo Gap Saloon and Eatery, John's Landing favorite eatery and saloon. That's Buffalo Gap Saloon and Eatery.
On the line once again, Avalanche.
That's that Tonkin Jammer line everyone's talking about. And an official something. They are calling it back on. That was a very quick. What they were doing was assessing penalties on the track just to make sure.
I think they're just doing that to play with me.
They just wanted to watch Magic Pony run up and down those stairs.
Honestly, who doesn't? Avalanche blows through the line. Lead jammer, High Rollers.
Avalanche having a great game for the High Rollers right now. Nesbitt Smith really getting a hold of Blast Unicorn in the back.
Blast Unicorn forcing the cut on Avalanche. Pretty amazing awareness on her part.
Yeah. And Blast Unicorn finally gets out of the pack.
And everybody from the Heartless Heathers back on the track.
Jennings did not want to wait. She jumped up there and tried to get Shaolin Spocker.
Immediately on the attack with the Blast Unicorn trying to drive through that line.
Really like the play by Taddy Munster and French Tickler with a 1-2 punch to open up some kind of a hole.
Up front, Shallon Spocker and Nesbitt Smith trying to slow her down. One more to get by.
Nesbitt Smith, last line of defense, gives her a
Blast Unicorn takes all 5.
up in turn number 4 as Avalanche.
Last Unicorn trying to find her way through. Rita Manuel there with a devastating stop. Drop to the out. Blast Unicorn is now being dragged back in. Everybody's skating the other direction.
That's right. It's reverse skate night here at Oaks Park.
Blast Unicorn weaving her way through. Skeeve Holt.
Rita Manuel up front. They finally have to let her go. That's 4 points.
Avalanche just can't find her way through. Taddy Munster takes a bit of a tumble in the turn.
Layla Smackdown having something to say about that last call.
Thank you, Layla.
And it looks like the score, before they figure it all settled, is 120-98.
They don't want to share.
Well, while we're deliberating down on the floor, I'd like to thank Nightlight Lounge. It's Rose City Rollers' favorite Clinton Street bar and the only place to get Rose City Roller tickets in town. That's the Nightlight Lounge.
So I do believe the High Rollers are debating a call on a back block. And so that's what it was. They're just going to make sure, they want to make sure that the penalty assessed still stands at the end of that jam. You know, the officials.
Yeah. Well, if you're watching this at home, you're watching from Blaze Streaming Media. The live broadcast of tonight's bouts and most of our bouts here in Rose City are brought to you by Blaze Streaming Media.
Blaze Streaming Media. That's different from Jessica Streaming Shipley.
Hey, Magic Pony, did you notice that large purple box in the corner?
What?
They've got skates and gear in there. It's a thing called rent and roll. You can rent some derby gear if you need to get yourself started.
I could not figure out what you were saying. Say, Layla, what are you busting my chops for? Oh, okay, good. I thought she just starts yelling. I assume she's yelling at me.
While they're still down there deliberating, I'd also like to thank Bridgetown Automotive. They're awesome mechanics. We trust them, and so should you. That's Bridgetown Automotive.
All penalties will stand, and that was not an official review. So High Rollers keeps their official review.
It was a very long-winded discussion. All right. Well, with that being said, these skaters are going to get back into action. We've got a score of 120 to 100. Heather's on top with 23 minutes left in this game. Headache on the track with a star on her helmet, trying to fight her way through. Avalanche, of course, starting this in the penalty, in the Pabst Rubin penalty box. Iron Meg getting a penalty. I believe it was a reverse direction.
And only 2 on the track right now for the High Rollers. Headache.
Oh, and a cut being called. Naughty Richardson with an excellently executed block on the track.
Well-deserved celebration of her awesomeness. Avalanche plowing through the line, picks up a back block. I do believe that's her 6th penalty for the evening.
And they do not need that. Police brutality started this game and some penalty problems, and that is really going to stack up bad, as she is their lead scorer for the High Rollers.
Headache attacking the line with 2 more to get by. Trying to find her way around. Shaolin can't get a piece of her. Through for 5.
Iron Meg coming out of the penalty box and headed right back with another cut.
On the run on the outside. Avalanche with just 1 to get by. She takes her scoring pass.
All right, Braun Swanson on the ground. All right, it's always good to see them skate off the track on their own feet. Jess in the box, taking the track with a star on her helmet for the Heartless Heathers. Police brutality once again with a star for the High Rollers.
And speaking of taking to the track once again, Jessica Shipley and Napalm Beth both out there having a chat with Duncan.
All right, well, it looks like they're not quite ready to play yet. I'd like to thank She-Bop, a female-friendly sex toy boutique in Portland, Oregon. That's She-Bop.
I do believe we're looking at Mad-Eye Marley leaving the room. And Bella Constrictor has taken her place in the penalty box to serve the time because somebody has to serve it. Everybody dance.
I am pretty sure, Magic Pony, what they're doing right now is there were so many penalties in that last jam. They got to keep up on that board down there. So that's all right. This gives everybody a nice time to rest and calm themselves down, and maybe they can stay on the track.
Well, the whiteboard's not going to update itself. All right. We're right back at it. Both teams down 1 to the penalty box.
It's going to be a 3-on-3 blocker war out there. Police brutality once again for the high rollers. Jess in the box. Police brutality, the first one out, and she's your lead jammer.
And Jess in the box is out right behind her. It's a race to the back of the pack. Both teams trying to take a position in the front. The Heartless Heathers would love to be out front, and that jam is off.
Now, most people always watch the block, or the jammers out there. The blocker war in the middle was the thing to watch. Everybody was fighting for that position, and nobody was giving up on it. Black Cat Plumbing, your local neighborhood plumbing company and proud part of the Rose City Rollers since 2009. Black Cat Plumbing. Magic Pony on a Saturday night. All right.
And it's Harikari up front with the French tickler Taddy Munster.
Nacho Lucky
Richardson.
Day up against that wall of green, and she is fighting so hard to get through there. Nacho Lucky Day, she's your lead jammer.
Harikari finally busts out, leaving a path of destruction in her wake. Scratcher in the eye, playing defense on.
And Team Nacho goes crazy.
I can't tell what's going on. I want to read one. McDonald Miller Facility Solutions, proud sponsor of the Rose City Rollers. That's McDonald Miller. French tickler just barely making it out there on time, and on the outside line, the Blast Unicorn with some fancy footwork takes lead jammer.
And Minstrel Cycle getting taken out in the back. Knife takes her way back to the jammer line. She's got to start all over again, still fighting to get through that pack.
And she'll be fighting with the French tickler on the outside line with, right now, Jennings dragging her back.
And on that pass, 5 points being picked up by the Blast Unicorn.
The Knife on her way to the penalty box. Blast Unicorn weaving her way through, grabbing all 5.
Nice slow wall in that turn. That gives her the best place to try and get through there.
Everybody throwing something at the Blast Unicorn.
I don't know how she stayed in bounds, but that's 5 points she just picked up.
Around the outside, Blast Unicorn attacks the line and finds Skeeve Holt on the outside.
Oh yeah, Skeeve Holt gave her a hip and she hit the deck.
How she magically finds her way through those lines is absolutely incredible.
Swarming offense by the high rollers, but able to weather it. The Heartless Heathers don't get rattled by it. They recycle excellent.
Up front, Heartless Heathers holding it together.
Glass Unicorn gets introduced to Mrs. Nesbitt Smith, but she glides right around and picks up 5 points.
There's no stopping her. And the jam is off.
Wow. It's like a timeout being called by Napalm Beth. She wants to rally the troops and get everybody on the same page.
That means it's time for a Louis Armstrong Music Minute.
All right, we're coming on back. Hey, I'd like to thank Left Turn Clothing, where fashion meets function. That's Left Turn Clothing.
Headache on the line all by herself.
Headache hits that pack and starts the pushing.
Rogue One and Rita Manuel trying to slow her down as Nani Richardson is called to the penalty box. Headache takes lead jammer.
Headache makes her way around. Boy, she hits that pack hard. She's still trying to fight her way through. No pack called. They've got to let her go.
Minstrel Psycho breaks out. Taddy Munster couldn't stop her this time. She's on her scoring pass.
Headache comes into Rita Manuel. She gets taken out in turn number 2. Forced to call out, but she picks up 2 more points. Hope Baraka Realtor helping Portlanders buy and sell their dream homes. That's Hope Baraka Realtor.
That's Felice Brutality up for the high rollers. And right now she's working with Taddy Munster, a French tickler, and Effie Stoneham.
Yep, there's a no pack, and you knew that was coming. Taddy Munster headed to the penalty box for out of play.
Felice Brutality on a fresh attack. Right out there with the French tickler to get by. She decides to call it off.
And that's the first jam in quite a while where the high rollers finally getting a score on the board. We got a game of 103 high rollers, 168 Heartless Heathers.
Felice Brutality looking fresh out there.
Timothy Murray Photography. Visit TimothyMurrayPhotography.com for classic black and white film derby images. That's Timothy Murray Photography.
On the line, that's Hari Kari for your high rollers.
Up against Irie Bell. Irie Bell really trying to push to fight her way through right now.
Iron Meg, Rita Manuel, and right now up front, last chance they had to let her go. Irie Bell picked up a forearm and is on her way to the penalty box. Hari Kari back on the track. Irie Bell also back on the track and assaulting the front line with Skeeve Holt and Rita Manuel trying to slow her down. She breaks out and is on her scoring pass. Hari Kari having a tough time right now with that Heartless Heathers defense.
Wow, the defense from the Heathers just not letting Hari Kari get through. Jennings up front right now, takes her out on turn number 1.
Jennings showing off all night long, owning that outside line.
Skeeve Holt up against Irie Bell. Real slow pack up in the apex.
Driving hard, Harikari can't quite make it through and takes a tumble on the inside. Jennings there to meet her in her favorite place.
4 points being picked up by Irie Bell.
Taddy Munster sent to the penalty box.
Harikari sneaking through on that inside line. Cap pass being sent out, and this jam comes to an end.
Hey, Bike Punk. Locally printed, eco-friendly stickers, signs, and designs. Visit bikepunk.com.
13 minutes left. Mitchell Scheiko on the line up against Nacho Lucky Day.
Nacho Lucky Day throwing herself at the line in the back.
And just enveloped in a wall of green. Nacho Lucky Day taken out and taken back.
Nacho Lucky Day dropped out again. Nani Richardson picks up
Minstrel Psycho. She's your lead jammer out there.
High Rollers down to 2 blockers on the track right now. Minstrel Psycho decides to call it off.
3 points being picked up on that last pass by Minstrel Psycho.
Ladies and gentlemen, the dulcet tones of Layla Smackdown.
Right now a pack advantage for the Heartless Heathers as they have all 4 of their blockers out there. Police Brutality playing a little bit of defense of her own.
Penalties being assessed. A cut for Jess in the box.
Police Brutality's your lead jammer, and she's in a power jam.
Skeeve Holt also on her way to the penalty box. Skeeve Holt waved back onto the track.
Police Brutality getting through. That's all 5 points.
Thank you.
Forearm being called.
Skeeve Holt cycling out. Iron Meg being waved back onto the track.
Jennings trying to run back. She met Mrs. Nadi Richardson head on.
So King, you cover the game. I will just call penalties and the way that it cycles through the box.
Jess in the box out, and she is on her initial pass.
Nesbitt Smith back on the track. Iron Meg taking her place in the penalty box with Skeeve Holt standing ready to go.
You know, in that case, Magic Pony, I might have kept going.
At jammer penalty time in the box in this game so far, 24 penalties assessed just to jammers in this game alone.
Holy smoke.
It's a few more than normal.
Wow. Well, Bridgetown Boneyard. Those of you sitting trackside are in the Bridgetown Boneyard, sponsored by Bridgetown Chiropractic. And Headache, she is now the lead scorer in this game, and she is out on her initial pass as lead jammer.
Skeeve Holt out of the box and back into the game. A cut being assessed to Rita Manuel. She'll be sitting in the box.
Shaolin Spocker with some stellar defense up front. Tried to slow down Headache, but she picks up 4 points.
Run out of penalties to talk about as Headache takes a beating at the front.
By Iron Meg. Shaolin Spocker gets the benefit of a star pass. Oh, and she got a high block.
It's being assessed to Shaolin Spocker. Headache makes the run. Another amazing fact about penalty times in this game. Total another 2 penalties given since then, so 70. Ladies and gentlemen, the game's only 60 minutes long.
New Belgian Brewing Company, Fat Tire Ale and Ranger IPA. Grab one from concessions and
Rogue One and Nesbitt Smith up front. The rest of she's recycled to the back.
Offense, scratcher in the eye, jumps up there to play a little offense. Irie Bell up against a strong two-wall, and they don't want to let her go anywhere.
Way up front, she's pushing, trying to get him out past the limit.
Hold on that. Irie Bell did all this, sneaks on by your Heartless Heathers.
On her way to the penalty box for a back block.
That'll make a change on the track. They're going to try and open something. In full, Jamie. Nesbitt Smith out there on the track.
Pay for it, running up the outside line. Unopposed, scratcher in the eye. Whiplash as she hits the brick.
Front, she's trying to fight her way through. Just as this jam comes to an end.
I would call
Big brothers, big sister sports buddies. Get out and get active.
On the line, Minstrel Psycho from the High Rollers up against Jess. Round one going into this jam.
And a pile up in turn number one. Nice time for position. Jess in the box engages the back of that pack.
Upping Jess in the box to the out, and that jam is off.
Medical care for the Rose City Rollers. That's OHSU Sports Medicine.
Once again, the Blast Unicorn on the line for your Heartless Heathers. And that's Harikari for the lead jammer. Nesbitt Smith rejoins the line, and the High Rollers drop in to put the kill on the Blast Unicorn.
Nice high wall to slow it down, and how did she stay in bounds? Blast Unicorn is out for 5 points.
Blast Unicorn on her way to the penalty box. An illegal procedure called on Harikari.
And yeah, looks like a false start out there. 5 more points by the Blast Unicorn on that pass.
Blast Unicorn weaves her way through. 5 more points for the Heartless Heathers.
Once again, she blasts right on through the middle. That's 5 more points for the Blast Unicorn.
2 more to get by. Blast Unicorn puts the screws to it, drop to the out. And she picked up a cut and will now be going to the penalty box.
Blast Unicorn headed to the penalty box on a cut.
And Harikari just picked up a cut. She'll be following.
That is 3 penalties in 1 jam for Harikari. Well, on that play, Shallon Spocker, she has 7 penalties. She is now out of the game. Nesbitt Smith was sitting on 6. Iron Meg sitting on 6 for the High Rollers.
I would normally go down there. I'm thinking, King, they might be talking about penalties.
I would guess they are talking about penalties.
I'm just going to Kreskin this and think about...
Happy thoughts?
I don't...
Non-penalty related
This
thoughts?
is penalty and that penalty. This shouldn't have been a penalty. That should have been a penalty.
You know, I would like to think about kind things.
Like Kind Bars.
Maybe Kind Bars. They're the kind of brand an all-natural whole nut and fruit bar made from ingredients you can say and pronounce. Those are Kind Bars.
I'm going to have one right now.
That's right. The kind of thing that Magic Pony likes to put in his mouth.
Again, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, while we've got a moment, we'd like to send a kind shout out to the thugs from Portland Men's Roller Derby standing over by the merchandise table. Don't be afraid of them. They're a sweet bunch of fellas. Look, there's one of them petting a puppy.
That puppy will be eaten later today.
I think Earl Slick is now trying to eat the puppy.
That's right. Well, as you know, there's a lot of penalty box action. That's the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box, where we send our bad girls, but you can always get a good beer in Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Dang, that was a good one, King. Not enough Pabst Blue Ribbon in the world right now.
And you know what goes really good with a Pabst Blue Ribbon?
Kind Bar, like I'm having right now.
Or Voodoo Donuts. Did you know the magic is in the hole?
That's what they say.
That's right. They're a proud sponsor of the Rose City Rollers and the Wheels of Justice. That's Voodoo Donuts.
I like how you make voodoo into a 4-syllable word. You mean immediate care for RCR athletes through our sports medicine hotline, 503-494-4000, OHSU Sports Medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you were here last night, but we were treated to a pretty amazing display of roller derby action between the Breakneck Betties and the Guns N' Rollers.
You know, while you're talking about a great display, the championship is coming up June 14th. Tonight's game is going to decide where everybody is placed in that championship bout.
It's been a long, hard season.
That game will be played at the Veteran Memorials Coliseum on June 14th. You can go to RoseCityRollers.com, check it out for tickets, and be there with myself and Magic Pony spreading the love. That is roller derby.
I'm too busy enjoying this apple cinnamon Kind Bar. No, I wish I had some of those Joe's burgers.
Black and blue burger, man. I'm telling you, it's got the little jalapeno chunks on there, blue cheese. One of the best burgers I think I've ever had in my life.
I hate to mix my reads, but Buffalo Wild Wings is also a sponsor, and they're pretty awesome.
Well, since this second half, Headache, number 71, she has taken off, scoring, well, she has a grand total score of 88 points in the game. Blast Unicorn right behind her. She just had an epic jam in that last one. She is sitting at 85. Felice Brutality, who's on the line, she's got 23 points. Hari Kari, who was in that last jam, 29, and Avalanche sitting at 60.
Wait, don't start. My mouth is full.
Heartless Heather's had some real big penalty problems in the first half. Since then, they've kind of spread it out, and they're not doing too bad going into this.
I wouldn't say that for the High Rollers.
Heartless, or the High Rollers, on the other hand, they've picked up a multitude of penalties. They've got 3 players right now with 6 and 1 who has just fouled out.
And we're right back at it. That's Feliz Brutality on the line. Driving her way through. Scratcher in the eye, working hard to stay in front of her. French Tickler drops in. And she breaks out, Lee Gemmer.
Excellent work by Feliz Brutality to get through that wall.
Minstrel Psycho in to break the wall open.
Blast Unicorn exited the box, ran right up that inside line, and she is out of that pack.
No penalties assessed in that jam.
No way. Wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, we have all 5 players from each team on the track. It's almost, this is the way the gods intended roller derby. Wait, we have players on the pivot line.
Old school.
Old school. This jam is on. Irie Bell engages the back of that green wall. Harikari got taken out on the inside line, and she's taken way back.
Irie Bell up against Nesbitt Smith.
Looks like a forearm being assessed on Knife.
Nesbitt Smith up front, trying to slow down Irie Bell on her relentless onslaught. The pack catches up to them.
Multiplayer block being called on that. Nesbitt Smith was doing a great job with the help from her friends, and just like that, Irie Bell is off to the races.
With Harikari hot on her heels. Both teams down 1 to the penalty box. Everybody on the run, and Irie Bell calls it off.
No points scored on that jam for either team. Got 53 seconds left in this game. All right, High Roller fans, give them some cheering!
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your Heartless Heathers!
Minstrel Psycho, she's playing some defense out there with her team. Jess in the box still fighting to get through.
Jess in the box around the outside. Lee Gemmer, Heartless Heathers. Back block assessed to Minstrel Psycho. She's going to be taking 30 seconds off.
Jess in the box on her knees, calling off this jam, and the clock runs down. We have an unofficial score. Heartless Heathers 234, High Rollers 131. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have our MVPs of the game coming up right after this. Check. All right. Let's go ahead and have the Heartless Heathers take their lap.
Hey, King.
looks like we've got a final. The Heartless Heathers right now taking a lap. 234, the High Rollers 131. And High Rollers, why don't you take a lap?
Ladies. I was just saying, ladies. How are you? Nice game. TV's up there.
Hi.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm down here, ringside.
All right, so we also need to get our MVPs going.
Since they're not ready, I'm here with Effie Stoneham and Taddy Munster. We're going to do MVPs. Ladies, who have you decided was the MVP? Kari, come and get what's coming to you.
She played a heck of a game. All right, Police Brutality. Who are the High Rollers MVP?
Blasty McNasty, the Blast Unicorn.
The Blast Unicorn. All right, folks, thanks everybody who came out on this Saturday evening to enjoy some roller derby with us here. We appreciate it from everybody who volunteered, who skated, and thank you very much. From me and Magic Pony, you guys all have a great night. We'll see you next time at the playoffs.